Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be expected, because I don't be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. You don't talk about y'all. Fix me that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, y'all? Sorry I'm late. I've been trying to, TikTok really don't want me to be great. I'm really trying to figure out how to go live on TikTok from my other device. And it's just not helping. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. It's weird because I can go live on TikTok from my main phone, but from my other device, it's the same TikTok account. Like I'm using the same login and everything. It's the same TikTok account, but it's not giving me the live option on this phone. And it's saying I got to download TikTok Studio. And every time I try to download the link, it's nothing is happening. Nothing's downloading. So y'all know I hate when I can't. TikTok has really been it's been pissing me off because this is so weird. It's been pissing me off because there's a way that I can put my StreamYard with TikTok, and I can't figure that out either. And I hate when I can't figure out how to do something. It really pisses me off because I usually once I figure it out, it was something so simple. It was like boom, 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 and I was like, oh, that's all I had to do. So it's really irritating me that I can't figure this out. Is what app updated? My TikTok app? Yeah. I mean, I'll update it again, but it should be. Let me do another update. But it should be updated. It's not even showing me that I have any updates. Where am I? Maybe I'm in the wrong thing. Anyway, so sorry, that's what took me so long because I was really trying to figure this out. But we can go ahead and get started. And I'll just, because it's irritating me. I don't even see on here where the updates are. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because I don't want to hold up anymore doing this. But this is irritating me. Y'all know I don't like when I can't figure something out. It might not be you. Could it be what? It might not be you. It could be TikTok. I'm sure it's TikTok. No, I don't. It doesn't make sense that on one phone, it's the exact same account where I have the live option on one phone and the other phone, it won't let me go live. I don't know what the issue is, though. I really don't. So anyway, we're going to get started because I don't even see on here. Hold on. See, this is an older phone and I never use it. Like, I never use this phone. Hold on. Let me look at something real quick and then we're going to get started for real. Yeah, the app store is where all the updates are. It's not even looking like I have anything to update on this phone, so I don't know. I can get TikTok on here. It just won't let me update. I mean, it just won't let me go live. I got TikTok, and every time I go to go live, it gives me this. It tells me to do this, where it says get the link. I click the link. And then it tells me to do this. It tells me to either copy the link or send an email. I've done both. I copied the link and I had them send me the link to my email. I click the link. Nothing happens. So anyway, And it's the same thing with the StreamYard. When I go to set up the StreamYard, the TikTok, so it connects to my StreamYard, it's asking me for like the streaming key. And it tells me how to get the streaming key. And you know how it's like, because I went to YouTube University and I found a video on it. And what it's telling me to do is like, okay, click this button and then you should see this. When I click the button, I don't see what they tell me I should see. So anyway, sorry about that, y'all. So that's why I was late, because I don't want to keep going live from my main phone, because this is usually where all my information is. So, but I guess that's what I'm going to have to do until I figure out what the hell the problem is and why I can't download TikTok on, why I can't go live on this phone. Because again, I can see TikTok. See? There's my TikTok on this phone right there. It's the same account. ReallyB is the exact same TikTok. It's just that the live option isn't there. All right, let's get started. So anyway, how's everybody weekend been? How you guys doing? Happy Sunday to you guys. Y'all know we'll be here at 9:15-ish to discuss tonight's episode of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, the first part of the reunion. That is what we're going to be talking about. That's a TikTok issue. It's a weird issue. I know that. I don't understand it. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. Do I have any church announcements? The only church announcement, oh, Chuck, another week has passed and me and you haven't talked. I need to get the name of that restaurant, the one that you were telling me to check out. Because people have sent me a couple of places. I want to support a Black business, but I also, so for Books and Bourbon, that's what I'm thinking. Y'all know my brain goes left. So for Books and Bourbon, the VIP package is still available until the end of the month. I got Tracy, I got yours earlier this week. Well, last week. You can still do that. You may just download the TikTok studio app and see if that. I did. No, it's okay, Don. That's what I did. Look. I just downloaded the studio app, but it doesn't give me a live option. It gives me where I can upload content, but I don't see an option where I can go live. It's weird. I know that's going to bother me, but let me get focused because y'all know this is going to bother me. And it even shows me, I don't want to show y'all my money. I mean, not that I got a lot of money, but it even shows me that I'm monetized, at least to go live. I'm not in the partner program. But it even showed me that I have money where I've been going live, where I have money in there. So it's showing that I can go live. It's just not giving me the option to go live. Anyway, it's weird. It's weird. So anyway, I'll play around with it when I get off of here because it's just frustrating me. Oh, let me know how John B is. Shirley Mae, that's it. Shirley Mae's Cafe. That's who it is. Shirley Mae's Cafe. I knew it was like a good old auntie name. I just couldn't remember it. Shirley Mae's Cafe. It was a good old auntie name. Shirley Mae's Cafe. Okay. So my hesitation is us having to go too far away from where the hotel is. But it's going to really come down to how many of us actually go. As of right now, it seems like it's about 10 people, not including the people who are local. But I had 10 hotel rooms. And when I in the Books and Bourbon group chat, I asked everybody how many people are coming. Like, how many of you guys are really coming? And I think I got up, like my head count was up to like 8 or 9 people. So if you count Chuck and anybody else that's local, so I need to find somewhere that can accommodate probably about 15 people, I'm thinking. And at this point, I'll see what people can do. But anyway, so if you're still interested in the VIP package, just hit me up. It's $150. It's for a t-shirt, your ticket into 2 of the distilleries, Mussels and Burger Bar. Hold on, let me write that down. Oh, okay. What? Okay. Big Mama's Kitchen. Oh, Lord. Okay. Big Mama's Kitchen. And Muscles. What's up, cuz? How's everything doing? How's everything doing? How's everything going? You back home or you still out? It's on 7th Street. Okay. It's the weekend of October the 10th. The weekend of October the 10th. All right, so let's get into it, you guys. We don't have a long list today, but let's get into what we have. Let's get into what we have, honey. Okay. So I have an update on the RG3. Y'all still out? Everything is okay? Okay. Yeah. Y'all just keep me posted. You know, I talked to your sister, so just keep me posted. So I have an update to this RG3 story that we talked about the other day, and it's actually worse. Once I got the update, it's actually worse than what we originally talked about. So originally I told you guys that, for those who don't know, RG3, former football player, now he's like a football analyst. Him and this Angel Reese thing has been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so the other day there was a situation where Angel Reese was announced that she's going to be on the cover of the NBA game this year. And there was a race, y'all know how it is. People had nasty comments or whatever. So RG3 comes down to the internet talking about there's no place for racism and da-da-da-da-da. And then he goes off and makes it about him and talks about all of his issues with Angel Reese and how Angel Reese doesn't like Caitlin Clark, which had absolutely nothing to do with any of this. But what I found out that made it worse was this really, really racist image of Angel Reese as a monkey and, a really racial thing. Come to find out, RG3 actually retweeted the picture with that caption. If this picture was such a nasty picture and such a racist picture, why in the world would you repost it? Mind you, the person who posted the picture originally probably got a couple of hundred followers on TikTok or on social media. You have a couple of million. So the reality is the average person didn't see that picture the first time when the racist person posted it. You reposting the picture to your millions of followers and then putting this long caption talking about how Angel Reese don't like Caitlin Clark. No, Andrea, I didn't know that part when we talked about it the other day. I didn't know that part. I was like, sir, I need RG3 to go sit down somewhere. I already told y'all how I feel about RG3. I need him to go sit down somewhere. I really do. I really need you, sir. I need you to go left and stay there. Go that way and stay there. Y'all know the term, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Well, Exhibit A is RG3. I'm sorry to think that was his burner account. Not RG3 is a vile human being. I really think that what he's doing, and let me tell y'all and let me be clear, you never know what's going on behind closed doors, right? So you never know what's really going on in people's relationships. Like, they put on a good front, they put on a good face, but here's where I sort of lost a lot of respect for RG3 on a personal level. Professionally, I had lost respect for him when it comes. Again, I don't want to go through that whole story again about when he played for the Washington team and all the things that went down here and all of that good stuff. But what I will say about that is his own hard head aided in the shortness of his career. But that's another conversation. I will say this, though. I knew when... So he had married his college sweetheart, right? She moved with him here to DC. They were together, and then they ended up getting married. I feel like at some point during his rookie year, they got married. I feel like it was in the fall. Don't quote me on the date because I honestly don't remember. But I know they got married shortly after he had been here in DC. Maybe within a year to a year and a half of him signing his contract, right? So they got married. She had a baby. While she was pregnant, mind you, they hadn't been married 2 years. I don't think they could have been married 2 years. And again, my timeline might be off, but it ain't off by much. I don't think they had been married 2 years. And I feel like she was either pregnant with their first child or their second child, but I know she was pregnant. He literally left her while she was pregnant to go be with the woman he's married to now. Now, his first wife, I believe, is Latina. Again, don't quote me on that. And of course, we know his current wife is a white woman. That's when I sort of lost a lot of respect for him. And again, you never know what's going on behind closed doors. But I always feel some kind of way when I see a man leave a woman while she's pregnant. I feel like at the very least, you could wait until after she's had that child. And I understand that, again, I don't know everything that's going on behind closed doors. I really don't. But I felt some kind of way that he left this woman while she was pregnant for this white woman that he met on Instagram. Because that's how they met. They met on Instagram. I just felt some kind of way about that. Like, you brought that woman out here, you married her, you got her pregnant only to clearly cheat on her and have her pregnant and be divorced. Now, the good news is, I mean, I don't know if she had a prenup or not. I don't know what kind of prenup she had, but I feel like he left her while pregnant and then shut her out of any money. Yeah. He definitely did her dirty or tried to, because I think in the end, she got a piece. But I lost a lot of respect for him after that. Because again, I don't remember all the details because that was years ago and I didn't follow it like I follow stuff now. But I just remember that being some real dirty shit. Like, this is your college sweetheart. And again, I know that all that glitters ain't gold. We don't know what was going on behind closed doors. But I just feel like the way it happened just seemed real dirty to me. But anyway, RG3 was on my college-ish list for saying some slick stuff. I had to write an article asking them to stop threatening him. Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. So that's the update on that. I have another update, and this is allegedly, because I don't have the court documents in front of me. Y'all know when we talk about court cases, y'all know I like to pull the court cases. And this wasn't serious enough, or I didn't dig deep enough, but I've seen it a couple of places. So I'm going to repeat it, but I'm going to say allegedly. I'm going to put the allegedly in the front of this, the front, the middle, and the end, allegedly. Okay. So here's the allegedly part of this situation. Allegedly, Nicki Minaj, girl, come here. Come here. Nicki, come down to the front. Allegedly, let me tell you where I got my information from. I'm going to tell y'all where I got my information from. So at least when I'm saying allegedly, it ain't too far alleged, but it's alleged. Okay, but it ain't too far alleged. Okay. Allegedly. Now, this was Steve Stout told this story. And if y'all don't remember who Steve Stout is, y'all know he's a record exec. Right. So allegedly, Steve Stout told this story on the Pivot podcast. The Pivot podcast is with Ryan Clark and all that good stuff. So allegedly, Shirley Mays is carry out only. Okay. Allegedly, Nicki Minaj says that she was not paid a penny from Tidal, unlike the other artists who made millions from Tidal. Come to find out, she never signed the paperwork. Allegedly, she never signed the paperwork. Now, this is coming from Steve Stout. Now, it says, he went on to say, if you peep, none of the other 13 artists that Jay-Z gifted equity to are talking about they don't have no money. Now, he gave her equity. She was one of the 13 artists, or 14, that he offered equity to. So not only did they walk away from Tidal with whatever money they were making off of Tidal, he gave those 14 artists a better deal than anybody else because they were offered equity. Now, if this is true, girl, Jay-Z don't owe you no money, according to this. Now, I don't know. Listen, that's what Steve Stout said down to the Pivot podcast. Now, I'm only going, Steve Stout is an executive, and he probably is privy to these things. So I'm just telling you, how you didn't sign the paperwork? Just like allegedly, she has a lien. You saw it on Conscious TV. Thank you, boo. Allegedly, she has a lien on her tour. I guess the next time she goes on tour, she owes money because Lil Wayne, who actually owned, remember when Lil Wayne sold his catalog? Well, I think a lot of times people forget that when people sell their catalog includes all of the music that they own. So when Lil Wayne sold his catalog, a lot of her biggest hits were included in that. That's why there's allegedly a lien on her touring, because every time she performs certain songs, she has to pay the new owners for the right to perform those songs. Allegedly. She's mad, right? She's mad at the wrong Mr. Carter. Absolutely. You're mad at the wrong person, ma'am. Now, that's all allegedly, because I don't have no paperwork in front of me, but that's according to what I was told. That's how I was told. It's given she needs money and went back to check who she thought owned it. Right. Okay. Now, Chuck, that's an idea. Chuck said, you know what? I'm going to have a, maybe at the beginning of August, I'll do a live for the people to go on to the Books and Bourbon. Maybe we'll do a Zoom so that everybody can come up on the Zoom and we can kind of have a conversation. Because actually, Chuck, that's actually a decent idea. Chuck said, hey, Dovey, Chuck said that even though Shirley Mays is a carryout, he wouldn't mind picking up the food. If we put an order in, he wouldn't mind picking the food up and bringing it to the hotel. Now, that might be an idea. Because remember, I told you guys that the hotel where we're staying, they have a whole area where the bar is, that they have like the long tables where groups of people, I guess they have a lot of like maybe business people that come in and maybe meet or whatever. And they have like those long, they had those long tables where you could probably sit maybe 10 people to a table. And it's in the area where the bar is. So that's actually a decent idea, Chuck, because the bar closes at, I'm not sure what time the bar, well, the food, I forget what time they stop serving food, but it's not late. The bar stays open. I'm trying to remember when I was there because I ate there and I just got like an appetizer and I had a drink when I was there. But I can call the hotel and find out, is there any limitation to, like, can we bring outside food in? Are there certain hours? Are there any limits to the amount of people? Because that's actually not a bad idea to do it that way. And that way we don't have to worry about being in a hotel. We can sort of talk and we can all mingle and not have to worry about, I mean, being in a restaurant. That's actually not a bad idea, Chuck. We have to look into it. You also need to check and see if the Black Distillery can do a tasting at the hotel. I could call and find out about that. I did. That's on my to-do list for this week. Last week got away from me because I had a lot of errands to run last week. Doctor's appointments and all kinds. I was running a lot of errands last week. So it kind of got away from me. But that's really what I'm going to do this week. I do need to call the distillery back, put in a call to them and all of that good stuff. Okay. All right. Tracy said the bar's open. I forgot to tell y'all what's at the bar, but Tracy said the bar's open, y'all. We got 200 people in the room. If you haven't done so already, you could please hit that like button. And make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I saw Don put something up on his community wall. YouTube is playing with us. You know, every couple of months, YouTube sort of purges. And I know they do it to make sure there are no bots and stuff like that, because a lot of people buy subscribers and these are bots and stuff like that. So please make sure you are still subscribed to the people you think you're subscribed to, because you might not be. Don said he was unsubscribed from some people that he know he subscribed to. Okay. But since Don is here, let's get
close the doors. Close the doors. Close the doors.
Closing those doors. Don is here. We got to close the doors and make sure you have hit that like button and you took a seat. I still need to look at flights from BWI to the book. I checked out flights last week. They've got some really good prices. I mean, I don't know what you consider a good price, but the last time I flew to Louisville round trip, it was around 300. I don't have the, but it was around 300. I know it wasn't more than 400, and it was around 300 round trip straight flight. And I think I flew out of BWI, but check. I mean, I don't know exactly where you live, but check National as well, because I looked at National last week. And National was a good price. I didn't check BWI last week, but National is a good price. So yeah, and I'm getting an early flight, so I can get there early and get checked into and get to the hotel and all that good stuff. So I'm leaving. I saw there was a flight that leaves at like 8:30. That's the flight I'm trying to be on. I'm not booking my flight right now, and no, I haven't booked my flight yet. But I am. I'm coming, y'all. I'm coming. Probably gonna book my flight next week. So that's why I was looking last week to just kind of get an idea. So yeah, the prices were pretty decent for a direct flight. And like I said, I looked at National. I didn't look at BWI, but I looked at BWI a couple of months ago. So yeah, check child, right? I hate to check dollars, but I do just in case. But yeah, check. I want to say it was National and it was American. I know I always check American first. So check them. I didn't check like all of the flights. I know I checked American because that's usually where I start first, because that's where I got the most miles is with American. I have most of my miles are with American, and then I check Delta because that's where my second amount of miles is with Delta. After American, then is Delta, and then I check United. Now that Southwest don't have free bags no more, I don't even, because I'm not crazy about Southwest, but Southwest had the free bags, so I would always check Southwest. But now that Southwest don't offer free bags no more, they'll be the last place I look. For October dates, okay, yeah, Donna, let me know, and then because you need a venue where you can cook, right? You're looking for a venue where you would be able to, like a venue where you can set your stuff up and cook. Okay. I'm gonna have to ask around. Okay, so there's that. Y'all know I get easily distracted, but those are our updates for today. Y'all know I try to give y'all updates when there are updates to be given, honey. I try to give y'all updates. All right, so let's get into the rest of this, honey. Let's get into the rest of this. It ain't much today. I'm telling you, it ain't much. They say that the people down to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is acting a fool. They said that, first of all, they hit us with the bait and switch. Come to find out that the lady they told us was going to be the new housewife, not Rachel Zoe, but the other lady that they said was going to be the new housewife, it's not her. It's really Kyle's best friend. Baby, Kyle done brought in a ringer. For those of you that watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, y'all know last year was not a good year for Kyle. Y'all know that the people came at Kyle and she had to walk off and she was crying and she put on her best white woman tears, honey. She put on her best white woman tears. And so now the new housewife is one of Kyle's best friends in real life. I said, I see you, Kyle. I see you, girl. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Also, allegedly, Faye Resnick, who is also one of Kyle's friends, for those of you who've been watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, y'all know that Faye Resnick has been one of Kyle's day ones from season 1. She's been making guest appearances since season 1. No, it ain't Morgan Chuck. I have to find it. And if y'all remember, Faye Resnick was one of the women that testified against O.J. Simpson. That's probably where you know her name from if you don't watch Beverly Hills. Well, she's been one of Kyle's best friends from day one, right? Allegedly, Faye Resnick got into an altercation with Jennifer Tilly. And people who were in the restaurant where they were allegedly overheard Jennifer Tilly saying, "You don't know who the fuck I am." Allegedly, it was heard at the restaurant where they was having, y'all know how they go out to eat, child. That allegedly Faye and Jennifer Tilly, let me find it. It's in my phone. Got into an altercation. Let me read it. It says right here. This is coming from the Housewives Zone. It says, Faye Resnick and Jennifer Tilly reportedly had to be physically separated while filming The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Sources heard glass shatter and Tilly yell, "You don't know," oh, I'm sorry, "You don't know who you're messing with, Faye." I'm sorry, I added a little bit to the sauce. She said, "You don't know who you're messing with." My bad. In my mind, I heard, "You don't know who the fuck I am." But it says here, yeah. You know, listen. I don't even know if I want a food. The only reason why I feel like I want a food with Beverly Hills this year is to see how the girls turn on Bose. Because I feel like that's what's happening. I feel like the girls are going to turn on Sutton and they're going to turn on Bose. That's really the only reason why I feel like I want to watch this season. Because I'm sick of all of them. I'm sick of all of them. Yeah, I know, little baby. I had to apologize. I was going by my memory. And my memory remembered her saying, "You don't know who the fuck I am." But that's not what she said. So I apologize, Jennifer. I put too many words in your mouth. You said, "You don't know who you're messing with, Faye." That's what allegedly she said. But in my mind, I heard, "You don't know who the fuck I am." To me, it's the same thing. You know? You know. But honestly, that's really why I'm invested in it. I mean, other than the fact that, you know, y'all want me to watch the show. When I say y'all, you know, generally speaking. But yeah. Yeah, I really just want to see how things switch up. Because I feel like with Garcelle gone, the ladies are going to definitely come for Sutton. Because they feel like Garcelle was her guard dog, right? Not calling Garcelle a dog before somebody take it there. I'm not calling that woman a dog, but y'all know what I'm saying. So I feel like that's what I feel like is going to happen. I feel like we're going to see The girls turn on Sutton, and I feel like they're gonna turn on Bose. That's how I feel, but we'll see. We'll see. So that's what's happening down to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, allegedly. Now down to the Real Housewives of Miami. This is it right here. Amanda Francis is the new housewife, allegedly, and she's allegedly Kyle's best friend. Amanda Francis. Now down to the Real Housewives of Miami. As if we didn't have enough reason to not like Julia and Martina Navratilova this season. Well, listen, they've given us yet another one. So, a woman by the name of Sienna Rogers posted on, I guess this is the Twitter, the X, whatever, about the egg donations being down, across that people aren't donating their eggs for surrogacy. DB, what you say to her? I always wonder when y'all say y'all got blocked by these people. What did you say to her? What did you say to her? And which one? Julian? So Martina Navratilova, she responds, surrogacy is just wrong. Sometimes you can't have it all. What's up, nephew? Hey, boo. I'm going to say that one more time. Surrogacy is just wrong. Sometimes you can't have it all. Says the woman who just... I was going to say something not nice. Says the woman who just adopted the 2 black boys. Now, people have a right to their opinion. I agree. But little baby, that's what I was going to say, and I had to stop myself. Baby, that's what I was going to say. Little baby, that's what I was going to say, and I had to stop myself. I was going to say, you just stole 2 black babies, but I stopped myself. But here's the thing, though, Martina, because, again, people have a right to feel how they feel. But this is a case of reading the room. Martina, hey, girl. Hey, girl, come here. Come here, Martina. Let me share something with you. Maybe you don't know this. I don't know. Maybe you know, maybe you don't know. But let me share with you. Your wife's boss, your wife, Julia, her boss, Andy Cohen, he had 2 children through surrogacy. I mean, I just feel like maybe you should read the room. Your wife's boss had 2 children through surrogacy. Now, you have a right to your opinion. I'm just saying. If Martina wanted kids, she would have purchased some way before 57. This was for Joy. Absolutely. Martina ain't want them damn kids. And then for the fact that they ended up with 2, I was like, what? And that white boss's best friend had 2 kids by surrogacy. Well, but that too. Absolutely. Anderson Cooper sure did. Yep. So again, I just feel like sometimes it's just about it's about reading the room. It's about reading the room. Like, sir. Ma'am, I'm sorry, you're not a sir. You're a ma'am. Anyway, so that's the latest going on with that. Like I said, as if we didn't have enough reason to be irritated with Julia and Martina, because I am thoroughly irritated with both of them. And I feel like they're probably not coming back anyway. So yeah, there's that. Not I forgot Andrew. Not Andrew. Some things are better left unsaid. Exactly. Because girl, nobody asked you for this. Nobody, it wasn't like somebody asked you what your opinion was and you answered them. You went down to the internet and you voluntarily gave that information. Lil Meech. For those who don't know who Lil Meech is the star of BMF's of BMF, excuse me. It's the star of BMF. He is the son of Big Meech, who was the actual founder of BMF, him and his brother Terry, which was probably one of the largest drug operations in the history of the United States, right? Big Meech just recently was released from jail, not even a year ago. And Terry was released from jail during COVID for what's the word they use because he had a lot of health problems. So he was released what do they call it? Something release. Compassionate release. That's it. Compassionate release. So both of them are currently out of jail at this time. Now the brothers don't get along no more. They fell out while they was doing what they was doing. Now, Lil Meech, Lil Meech has had a few run-ins with the police. We know a couple of years ago, maybe about a year and a half ago, he got caught trying to take a handgun through the airport. He said he forgot, he left it in his bag. And when the body cam came out, you literally heard him sounding real nervous, talking about I'm just a little kid, man. I just made a mistake. I'm just a kid. I made a mistake. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I think a lot of us, if we're being honest with ourselves, we don't want no smoke with the police. A lot of us, if we accidentally forgot our weapon in a bag going through the airport, y'all already know that a white man doing it is going to get a different reaction than a black man doing it, right? Right. He said he was a minor and he was 22, right? So the reality of the situation is, I'm not mad at him for trying to cop a plea and making sure that maybe he's not going to get in as much trouble as he think he... Like, I ain't even mad about that, y'all. I ain't mad at him for trying to cop a plea. I'm not. I ain't mad about that. But I am side-eyeing because, you be playing real hard. Not so much on the internet, but off the internet, right? I mean, on the TV show, but off the TV show. Then we know he had the romance with Summer Walker, where Summer Walker basically said that he cheated on her. She said that, when they broke up, she was like, he didn't want to do nothing. All he wanted to do was sit around and smoke weed all day. 50 Cent said that he got a drug problem. Like, a lot of the things have come out about Lil Meech, okay? Lil Meech. So somebody said, what's a Meech? Well, his name is Demetrius. So that's where the nickname comes from, Meech. Okay. Well, some new body cam footage has been released where he was getting arrested with a friend of his. It looked like it was a traffic stop and they were getting arrested. And he is on, it's hard to hear. I'm going to play it for y'all. It's kind of hard to hear, but I'm going to play it for y'all. Where he's talking to the police officer and he's asking the police officers, look at my girl Ellie. Look at my big Ellie.
Listen to me now, son.
Okay. Where allegedly, this the conversation that he had with the Popo. I'm gonna let y'all hear it. Again, it's a little hard to hear, but I'm gonna let y'all hear it, child. Where is it? It's right here. Here it is right here. Let me see. Let me see if we can play it for y'all.
What y'all found out? It's not legal. Huh? It's not legal. It's not legal. It's not legal what? To have a firearm. I'm talking about the other stuff. Huh? Talking about the other guy? The other stuff, yeah. That's legal.
Now, if it's hard for y'all to hear, but if you, I'm gonna let it play again. He's handcuffed. He's sitting in the back of the police car.
It's not legal. Huh? It's not legal. It's not legal. It's not legal what? To have a firearm. I'm talking about the other guy. Huh? Talking about the other guy?
So he's asking the police officer, "Did you find it?" And the police officer's like, "Well, it's not illegal to have a firearm, I guess, assuming it's registered and all of that." And he said, "No, I'm talking about the other stuff, sir. You're talking to the police. Why are you asking the police if they found all of the things that you had that you wasn't supposed to have, sir? Why are you asking the popo? No, I'm talking about the other stuff." The police officer said, "You mean the other guy?" He was like, "Yeah, the other stuff." Sir, so you snitching on your friend? You asked the police, did they find the other stuff on your other friend? So this is what his friend said. His friend posted this, and this is what his friend said. He said, "The man is accusing Meech of planting the stuff on him, then apologizing and promising to pay him back." So this is what it says. He said, "Reason I gotta do Fed time. See this shit, I hate fake ass ninjas like Lil Meech." He added him. Okay. He said, "And my Trey's life," I guess that's another guy, "supposed to be real, but y'all know this. Y'all know he hood. So let me work through this. Y'all know that the person who wrote this a little hood. He got emojis and stuff. Let me work through it. Okay. Let me just let me work through this. Okay. Reason I got to do Fed time. See, this little shit, this the shit I hate. Fake ass ninjas like," and then he added Big Meech and my Trey's life. "Supposed to be real, but do whole shit." That's what, because some of it's blocked out too. "See, Mimi, I hate your pops breed a lame like you." See, the third video is when they thought, it say THO, they thought we was gonna run, but I was cursing this bitch ass nigga out for throwing all this shit on me while I was asleep in the whip. By the time I checked the shit, 12 was walking up to the car. 12 is the police. 12 is the police, okay? 12 was walking up to the car. You can look at my face. I was hot. I done lit up a broke cigarette, shaking my head. 2 videos he admitting he was sorry and was going to pay me back, including being disloyal to 50 at the same time. I don't know how 50 got in this, but okay, 50 in it too now. Okay, etc. In 5 video, why you asking 12, did they get the GUNs and other stuff off me that ain't a form of telling? And then he put this emoji, that emoji. Okay. See, the only reason I came around the little drug head, so he's accusing him of being on drugs too. Okay. The only reason why I came around the little drug head as little boy, B-O-I, B-O-I, because thinking this nigga, my Trey's life, that's the other guy, my homie, been known for over 20 years, but come to find out he disloyal himself. How you the same nigga that put me in a fucked up position? I spent hella money on lawyers and 3 different bonds because of this. And he put the cat emoji. I guess that's supposed to be pussy ass nigga. But you so busy. I don't even know what this word is supposed to be because it's blocked out. I'm going to say it's dick. I don't know. Pulling, then teaching this nigga how to keep his face clean and being loyal to a ninja. I'm going to just start saying ninja. That was making sure he was straight and safe while he was so far gone off drugs and pills. I lost, LOSS, lost my business. Now he know what a comma is. He gonna put a comma after business. It ain't near comma nowhere else in here. It ain't a comma. It ain't a period. Now you know what a comma is. I lost my business, comma, money, and I'm about to lost, LOSS, years out my child life because this ninja. I'm so mad at the so-called homie Trey's life because he know what that ninja did. And you my homie, but you rather hold a ninja dick because he put the eggplant emoji. So I think that's to be in the limelight. But these the same ninjas that say death before dishonor. That shit just words like I love you. He said their words just like I love you. So you don't mean it when you say I love you? When you say you love me, it doesn't matter. It goes into my head as just chit chatter. You may think it's egotistical or just pray free, but y'all don't know. Y'all don't know what that is. Who know what I just did? Who know what song that was? Who know what song that was that I just was rapping? Who know? That hooked on phonic ass statement. Right, Effie, right. Who know what song that is? I send you $10 to your Cash App. Ooh! Okay, Quake was the first one I saw it in the chat. Quake, give me what's your Cash App? I'm gonna send you $10. I'm gonna send you $10. You was close, Auntie. It's not light as a rock. It's paper thin. Yep, it's paper thin. That's my shit right there. When I know every word. I know word for word that song, baby. But anyway, with that being said, y'all, thank you, Fedora. Hey, boo. With that being, this damn shit. That's my song too, Quake. I still know it word for word. Word for word. Do you hear me? I could have kept going. I had to stop myself because I could have kept going to the end. But let me say this to y'all. Lil Meech, sir, that's not a good look. It looked like you really was telling the police where to go find the stuff. Because it does sound like that's what y'all did. It sounded like y'all planted the stuff on the other dude. And y'all wanted to make sure that the police found it on the other dude so that it wouldn't come back around to you. That's what it sounded like happened. And that's dirty. That is dirty. Now, I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say what happened for certain. But that's what it sounded like happened. That is what it sounded like happened. Anyway. So Lil Meech was cutting up before Big Meech even got out of jail. Lil Meech been like I said, you can go back to when him and Summer Walker were dating. Now y'all know I don't like Mad Day. I don't like when Mad Day come and everybody got something to say. But it sound like when Summer Walker broke up with him, she told all his business. She said that he didn't like to take baths and he was dirty and all he did was smoke weed all day long. Now that's what Summer Walker said. Now I know Summer Walker might be a little questionable herself. But I'm just telling you what Summer Walker has said. All right, y'all. So listen. So last week there was a court date out in the desert, down to the Las Vegas. Shannon Sharpe. Had a court date for this court case where this girl said that, he did all of the things. Exactly. That Foxy, Casey, I agree with both of y'all. That's why I said she questionable too, because Summer Walker looked like soap and water ain't her favorite thing either. I don't know. I don't know. Just that's what I heard. I'm just saying. They just go by looks. I just go by looks. Now allegedly, oh, it ain't no allegedly. This happened. Shannon Sharpe showed up down to the courthouse. His attorneys, they showed up down to the courthouse. But y'all know who didn't show up down to the courthouse? Hey, Jay, what's going on? I ain't seen you in a while. Hey. Y'all know who wasn't at the courthouse? Thank you, boo. The woman that was accusing Shannon Sharpe and her attorney. I said the woman who is accusing Shannon Sharpe and her attorney. Now, the judge gave them an extra 45 days to figure this mess out. So y'all know what I think done happened. They said they had agreed to reset the date and Shannon's attorney forgot. Oh, was that what they said? Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell y'all what I think is going on. I think they about to settle this thing, and I think it's about to be a wrap. I think we're going to find out very shortly that this whole case has been settled. This case has been settled. They done cut the check, which is what, listen, I told y'all when this thing first came out, I said Shannon Sharpe need to go on and cut the check. And I'm not even saying that mean he guilty. I ain't saying I think he's guilty. I'm not about to sit. I'm not passing judge, jury on this man. I don't know whether he's guilty or not. But what I'm saying is he need to go on and cut that check. If he hasn't already, that's what he need to be doing. That's what they need to be working on right now. I bet you Diddy, that's the worst day of Diddy's life. I bet you Diddy wish he had cut Cassie that check and went on about his business. That was the worst day of his life. That was the worst mistake Diddy ever made. It don't matter that he wasn't convicted on all of those charges. It doesn't matter that he probably ain't going to spend a whole lot of time in jail. It doesn't matter. This has changed Diddy's life for the rest of his life, and he has lost money that he will never get back. Reputation ruined. Corporate deals gone. Now, I ain't saying that Diddy gonna be broke and that Diddy ain't gonna be able to live. I ain't saying that because y'all know black folk got a short ass memory, and there's a whole lot of people that don't think Diddy did nothing wrong. So I ain't saying Diddy won't be able to live a good life. But I'm telling you, if you ask Diddy the worst day of his life, and if he's being honest, he gonna say the day my lawyer called me and told me that Cassie wanted me to buy her book and I called her bluff. Because that's what you did. That's what you did. You called her bluff. She said you can buy this you can buy my book for however much money she asked you for. And you thought you still had enough hold over her that she wouldn't do it, that she would be too embarrassed to put her business out there, and you called her bluff. Shannon Sharpe. Now, you ain't have as much to lose as Diddy had, but you had a good little amount of money to lose. And you, same thing. That woman contacted your lawyer, and you said, this is a shakedown. I'm not giving in to this shakedown. Okay. You going to pay on the front end or you going to pay on the back end? You didn't pay on the front end, and this costs you way more money now, and you still going to pay on the back end. And let me tell you something that I know. And Don and any other content creator that's in the room right now, y'all can attest to what I'm getting ready to say. I know that Club Shay Shay, and I know that the Nightcap. I know that they still get good views on YouTube. I know they do. But let me tell you what I know. I know YouTube stopped pushing it. Where's Don? Don, you still here? He know how this algorithm thing works. He knows how this algorithm thing works. I know they stopped pushing it because I told y'all. Remember, I told y'all. I said, "Damn, I thought he had stopped doing Nightcap. I thought they were on vacation because I wasn't seeing it anymore. It wasn't the notification wasn't coming up anymore. And I watched the Nightcap Okay, El Teddy said, you know what I'm talking about. Because I watch Nightcap every night, especially during football season. So it was in my algorithm. It was very much in my algorithm. I didn't even know they were still doing it. I thought they were on vacation. Because I knew they were going on vacation. I know, and when I stopped, it stopped coming up in my algorithm. I stopped getting the notification. I said, oh. And at first I was like, well, maybe it's me. But now I realize when I heard other people saying the same thing, oh, YouTube stopped pushing it. YouTube stopped pushing it. We know you lost your Boost Mobile sponsor. We talked about that here, how the Boost Mobile sign disappeared. We know you lost your job at ESPN. Even if it was temporarily, you lost your job at ESPN. Nightcap was supposed to go on a tour this summer. Y'all had sold out venues all over the country this summer. Y'all were going on tour. You had to cancel your tour. So you have already lost millions of dollars. Now, do I think he's going to settle it? And again, people got a short memory, especially the audience that he caters to. He caters to men. His audience are middle-aged men who, you know, they don't see nothing wrong. All he was doing was just having a little freaky sex. Okay. So we ain't talking about that. But it cost you a whole lot of money on the front end. And it's still going to cost you on the back. Now, it would be in his best interest to settle this quietly before football season starts. El Teddy, you know what I'm saying. It'll be in your best interest to settle this quietly before football season starts, because ESPN may or may not bring you back at the beginning of football season, but by the playoffs, they'll have you back on there. By the playoffs, you'll be back, and you certainly have your own YouTube show, Nightcap. Once football season starts, y'all gonna be coming back on like this. And you're gonna have your football audience back. I don't think people follow you as much for basketball, because what the hell? And right now, it's sort of down season for all of that. There's no basketball. I mean, it's the WNBA, but he don't cover the WNBA like that. There's no football, but in about a month from now, yeah, it's going to be revving up. And you can start covering your preseason and covering training camp and covering, yeah. So you need to go on and settle this thing real quietly, real quickly. So okay, I'm reading the chat. So a lot of people said they stopped getting it. You're right, because I barely get the clips. That's when I know. Matter of fact, Ebby was with me. If Ebby's still here, I don't know about ESPN. They're bending the knee to Trump's America and white supremacy, child. So, excuse me. Oh, El Teddy, did you see where the Harbaugh brothers went to the White House? Did you see that? Jim Harbaugh and his brother, what's his brother's name? The head coach for the Baltimore Ravens, and who his brother coach for? San Francisco? Is it San Francisco? You see where they went to the White House? Yep. But John, thank you, Miss Bay. Thank John. So I just lost my train of thought. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, it was about football. Oh, Abby, right. Thank you. Me and Abby were in the car when we were on our way to Atlanta for the Boss Babe Awards, and it was that clip that was servicing with remember, Abby, we were listening to Nightcap. Was that March? And I was like, I didn't even know they were still doing shows. And it was a clip that was going viral. And man, we were listening to it. Remember, we were listening to Abby probably don't know, child. But we were listening to the Chargers. Thank you, the Chargers. Yeah. So anyway, I ain't really have a lot tonight, y'all. I really didn't. So we're gonna be back at 9:15-ish. We're gonna be back at 9:15-ish. It was in April. Yeah, that's when I was like, damn, because it was a clip that was, what was it? We were watching something. What was happening? Oh, with the draft with Shador, with Deion Sanders' sons and the draft. We were looking at clips then, and I was like, I didn't even realize they were still going live every day like this, or regularly like this. But anyway, we'll be back at 9:15-ish to discuss the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 1. Big Brother comes on tonight as well. I probably won't do both tonight, but tomorrow we may, depending on what happened tonight, tomorrow we may do a recap on Big Brother. I have recorded Sisters episode 2. I'm watching episode 3. I will probably record that tonight before I go to bed and upload that. I'm going to upload episode 2 today, and I'll probably upload episode 3 tomorrow and probably episode 4 tomorrow. And then on Tuesday, I can do episode 5 and 6, and then we'll be caught up. All right, y'all, let me get out of here. I will talk to y'all later. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button on your way out the door. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and I will see y'all in a couple of hours. Peace.